Hi, I am glad to welcome you. It's time to draw the profile portrait. We'll be using for the portrait entire page of our A5 sketchbook again. The sketchbook I hold vertically and start by drawing the markup for the head. The middle line this time I draw shifted aside so that a little more space is in front of the portrait's face. I mark the height of the circle, its middle and width. Now I draw a horizontal middle line and the circle itself piece by piece. The circle I draw only to understand how much its width has to be increased. In relation to the height, the width will be about 1/5 wider. The shape of the brain case from the side looks like an egg. Now I put half the height of the circle down and mark the chin level. I connect the chin with an arc to the middle vertical line. A line of eyes I draw in the middle and divide its front half into 3 equal parts. After finding the level of the eyebrows, I mark the level of the base of the nose in the middle between the eyebrows and the chin. The head of the elderly woman that we will be drawing fits well with our markup. You know that this does not always happen. The shape of the head may have proportions slightly different from the markup scheme. I'll start with the details of the face. I will draw them with individual characteristics. The middle of the base of the nose will be slightly shifted downwards. The mouth is slightly open. I will draw it with 2 lines. The forehead line is inclined. Let's mark the dimple below the eyebrows, and down from it the line of the nose bridge. It goes in an arc curved outward. From the tip of the nose, the line turns inward. The line of the philtrum coincides with the profile vertical line. The lower lip is slightly deeper, and the fold above the chin even deeper. Let's find out the location of the eye and outline the eyebrow. We do not see the upper eyelid. It is covered with a fold of skin hanging from above. Let's outline the lower eyelid. Now I'll draw the wing of the nose and the line of the nostril, as well as the nasolabial fold. The nasolabial fold is prolonged by a fold of skin hanging below the chin. Let's take a look at the lower jaw. Its angle is at the level of the mouth line. From the corner upwards, the jawline goes in an arc curved forward. The ear base line continues the direction of the jawline. Now I'll outline the outer contour of the ear. Let's draw the neck. In the front, I'll add a fold of skin hanging from the chin. Let's draw the inner details of the ear. Intertheatrical notch is narrow. The ear dome is slightly pulled back. Let's draw a helix. Add a triangular dimple. Its tip turned down. Now I'll draw the hairline. At the back, the hair is gathered and braided. The pigtail goes forward, crossing the neck. Let's draw wrinkles. On the hair, I outline the direction of the strands. The hair is dark, so I'll shade it evenly. It is convenient to do with the side of the soft pencil lid. Let's darken the deep parts of the ear, a shadow under the cheekbone, and by a slight shadow let's mark the border of the forehead. On the surface facing down I will also make a light shadow. Under the eyebrow, on the lower part of the nose, also on the lower part of the chin, and under the chin. Do you keep up with me? Now let's take a look at the drawing to find out if there are doubtful parts, and add the last small details, for example a couple of moles between the ear and the eye. And we will stop here. Our portrait sketch is ready. Here we mainly used lines, as in the full face view. The shading we used very little, at a half strength. By adding a uniform shading to the hair, we just marked that the hair is darker than the skin, not trying to copy exactly hair darkness. So, how do you rate your drawing? I am sure you did well. And now I invite you to draw another more complex portrait yourself. This is a portrait of a young woman. In addition to the fact that in portrait of a young model it is more difficult to keep proportions, this head does not quite fit into the general markup scheme, and special attention should be paid to this. Ready to get started? Then pause the video and try to draw the portrait of a young woman that you see on the screen. Later on I will show my drawing and talk about the points needing attention. Good luck with your drawing! How is your portrait? So let's compare what you did draw with my drawing. What is most important to us? Main proportions. We need to start by examining the position of the main parts of the head. Almost all the details fit into the markup scheme, but there are a couple of discrepancies. Firstly, this is not a clean profile. We can clearly see the field room and even the eyelashes of the distant eye. Therefore, the eye closest to us is slightly shifted inward. Secondly, the ear is noticeably shifted toward the back of the head, relatively to the midline. Such a position of the ears is quite common. All other proportions fit into the scheme. And now let's consider the individual characteristics of the face parts. Straight nose with a pointed tip and poorly defined wings. The middle of the nose base is on the profile vertical line and at the level of the wings. The lips protrude noticeably forward, the chin goes deeply inward. The angle of the lower jaw is exactly in the middle, but the top edge of the lower jaw and the line of the ear base go at a noticeable angle towards the back of the head. So the model's ear is shifted towards the back. These are the most noticeable features that define the character of this face. Did you miss anything important in your version of the portrait? Check it up. So you have finished your first portraits. Congratulations! Now you are able to work on your own. Without practice, any knowledge and skills are lost, so you need to draw regularly to keep the achieved level. You must strive for the maximum drawing accuracy. This improves attention to detail, which is very important in a portrait sketching. The first time you'll be needing to start every portrait with a markup scheme and constantly check out and correct proportions. But with experience, this part of the drawing will be reduced to just a few lines, and almost all your time will be devoted to working on a portrait similarity. I wish you happy sketching. Bye bye.